Your shiny new gaming PC has 32 gigs of RAM and cost over $2,000. Meanwhile, your $800 phone only has 6 gigs, yet sometimes it feels faster. What gives? Today, we're diving into how computer performance is really measured, and why what you think you know might be totally wrong. Let's break it down. Welcome back to Knowledge Catch. This series, we're going to be diving deep into computer architecture, but not in the boring textbook way. It will be practical and interactive. We're going to understand computers like never before, starting with the most fundamental question. What makes a computer fast? Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button because we're about to embark on a 15-episode journey that will transform you from just a computer user to a computer understander. Let's go so you get informed. In your mind's eye, visualize your computer as a skyscraper. Most people only see the penthouse. That represents your apps, your games, and your browser. But beneath that are layers upon layers of complexity. Here's the 5 key layers. Starting at the top is the application software, your Instagram, Spotify, Call of Duty. The middle floors is where your system software is. Windows, Mac OS, Linux, the traffic controllers. Your hardware and software interface, well, that's your lobby, where code meets circuits. The foundation is your microarchitecture, how the CPU actually executes instructions. And then the bedrock, the physical design, the actual transistors and wires. Here's the mind-blowing part. To make your computer 10 times faster, you might need improvements at every single layer. Miss one, and you've created a bottleneck. Here's a secret formula the tech companies don't want you to understand. Computer performance has gone beyond gigahertz. Performance equals 1 divided by execution time. Simple, right? Wrong. Let's break this down so you get the real gist. Starting with what execution time actually is. Execution time equals instruction count times CPI times clock period, where instruction count is the number of steps to complete your task. CPI, or cycles per instruction, is the number of heartbeats per step. Clock period is how fast each heartbeat actually is. Let's break it down in the terms of coffee. Your instruction count is the number of steps in your recipe. CPI is the number of movements each step takes. Clock period is how fast you move. Do you remember when Intel and AMD were racing to hit 4 gigahertz, 5, even 6 gigahertz? Then suddenly they stopped. Why? Because they discovered something revolutionary. Going faster isn't always better. It's like driving. Going 200 miles an hour doesn't help if you're stuck in traffic or taking a longer route. Here's an example. A 3 gigahertz processor that executes 2 instructions per cycle destroys a 5 gigahertz processor that only manages 0.5 instructions per cycle. Let's do the math. Processor A is 3 billion times 2, which equals 6 billion instructions a second. Processor B, 5 billion times 0.5 equals 2.5 billion instructions a second. So, with all that, how do we actually measure performance? This is where benchmarks come in. But beware, they're like Instagram filters for computers. 3 types of benchmarks. Your synthetic benchmarks, like a treadmill test, controlled but not realistic. Your real-world applications, actually running Photoshop, games, etc. And then your kernel benchmarks, testing specific operations like sorting. Here's a pro tip. Never trust a single benchmark. It's like judging a car only by its top speed. Useless if you're buying it for city driving. Here's the law that crushes dreams and saves companies millions. Amdahl's law. Speed up equals 1 over 1 minus p plus p divided by s, where p is the parallel portion and s is the speedup of that portion. In human terms, if your program is only 50% parallelizable, even with infinite cores, you can only get a 2 times speedup. It's like having 100 chefs, but only one stove. At some point, more chefs don't help. So, what does this mean for you? 1. Stop obsessing over clock speeds. Look at IPC and real benchmarks. Understand your workload. Are you gaming? Video editing? Each needs different optimizations. And always balance your system. A fast CPU with slow RAM is like a Ferrari with bicycle tires. You have understood why your phone feels snappy. It's optimized for its specific tasks at every layer. Your gaming PC? It's a jack of all trades, master of none. In our next episode, we're diving into binary and Boolean logic. I'll show you how your computer thinks using just ones and zeros, and why that's both limiting and liberating. If this blew your mind, smash that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment with your biggest performance mystery. I'll answer the best ones in our next video. And remember, it's not about having the fastest computer. It's about having the right computer for you. See you in episode 2.